Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jack, editor from Ringer Trade Media. I would like to welcome all of you to join our virtual conference today. But at the very beginning, I would like to see if you can hear my voice loud and clear. So if you are ready to join our virtual conference today, please in the chat box right now, say hi to me. And also, if you want, you can also say, hi, I'm from which area on this planet. Just like introducing yourself to all the delegates today, right? Because the point of we gathering here today is to make new friends, finding new business partners maybe, right? So I'll wait for you. Let's do it. Say hi to each other for 30 seconds. All right, everyone. Hello, my name is Jack, editor from Ringer Events. We welcome all of you to this ASEAN Plastic Application in Food and Beverage Packaging Summit 2021. Today, we will have industry experts talking about the latest developments in the application of plastics of food and beverage packaging. That these trends include the latest technologies, materials, designs, and other solutions towards smart manufacturing and also sustainability. As we all know, food and beverage packaging accounts for about 50% of the global plastics market, and this segment continues to grow and remains in an important industry. Therefore, food and beverage packaging also benefits from the innovations introduced by the plastics industry. But before we start, Ringer Events, the organizer of this event, would like to welcome you all. Thank you being with us today. We would like also to acknowledge and thank our business partners, Dase-Sing Packaging Technology, which has been our partners for many events, many suppliers. Let me show you the page. Dase-Sing has joined many of our conference already. Thank you for that. Also, Dase-Sing is the leading supplier of shrink leaf packaging solutions for the beverage, dairy, water, and pharmaceuticals, food and marine, and other many industries as well. So, please visit this Dase-Sing's booth later when during our networking time, and also in their booth. They not only have many downloading PDF for you and their introduction videos in the booth, also their booth managers are there waiting for you too. They are waiting for answering all of your questions to the shrink sleeve solutions and the packaging innovations solutions too. So don't be shy, go there and also bring up your questions to them. They will be very happy to answer those. Okay, and also we would like to thank our partner organizations, the Philippine Department of Science and Technology, and the Indonesian Packaging Federation. Thank you. As well as our media partners, the International Plastics News for Asia and Food Pacific Manufacturing Journal. Thanks for also the media partners and all the partners today. Now, very exciting. Let me give you a rundown of today's agenda. Let's look at this agenda today. We have two sessions. All of them have different specialties. I'll introduce them one by one. Now, in the session number 1, we have the speaker of Mr. Henky Wibawa, come from the Indonesian Packaging Federation, as known as IPF. And also, the next session is our business partner, Dase-Sing, Miss Jovy Chen from Dase-Sing Packaging Technology will talk about her technical presentation. Also, prepare your questions to both of them. They will join the live Q&A later at the very end of their presentation. So you can meet these speakers and also listen to them answering your questions. So listen very carefully, okay? And then there will be our networking session. We will be having 10-minute networking session. I'll teach you how to visit the booth and use the networking function later. But I will introduce the second half of our agenda now. In the second half of our agenda, we will be having the keynote speech from the DOST, D-O-S-T. We will having Daisy as our speaker to introduce her session, and also followed by another technical presentation from Gino. Gino is from this company, Intlpak Enterprise Corporation. So get ready to listen to them. And also, after all the presentations, we will be having a panel discussion. In the panel discussion, please look at on the screen, joined by Dase-Sing, and also DOST, and also IPF. Henky, Jovy, and Daisy will be our panelists to have the discussion with these two questions. How can companies limit their carbon footprint when it comes to plastic use? And also, secondly, an undervalued carbon reduction footprint strategy. How can technology be applied to help industries? That's very important. So if you also care about the global trend, as me do, please join our panel discussion till the end. You can raise your question to the speakers too. So that's very exciting. But as I said, before we go to the live presentation, allow me to show you how to manage our networking session and all other functions of this platform. Let me share my screen with all of you. Right. On the screen right now, you can see me, right? Actually, I'll go from the lobby. Okay. Now in the lobby area, as everybody log in, imagine that you are now joining a physical event. We just bring it to online. So as the normal event, you can have the chance to go to the lobby, find all the posts, all the useful information in the lobby. And also we have a welcome video, scroll down, downloading our PDF, the download digital folder are ready for you. The handout for this event, that's very important. Scroll down, we have the agenda as I just introduced, and scroll down in other information. But the most important thing is that on your right-hand side, you can find out many people have registered and also introduced themselves, right? You have to be one of them. Introduce yourself, saying hi to them. For example, I am Jack from Taiwan, right? Make friends today. And also if you go to this panelist and also the chat box, you can find out we have many speakers. If they have chat in the chat box, click their profile picture. You can have a private message with them. Just like, have you used Facebook Messengers? Just like that, so convenient. And go to the speaker booth if you want. Especially, I would like to introduce the booth function. In the booth function, as I said, right, in the Dase-Sing group, we not only can contact by their email, website, and Facebook, you can contact with their the speaker Jovy Chen and also the booth manager Tony Huang by clicking the Start Chat button right here. So you have to use this. They are waiting to. They can't wait to answer all the questions there from those experts from Dase-Sing and also from the other booths too. So just like me, I also leave a comment and also leave a questions here to Dase-Sing. You can also do so. And the very last point I would like to say, very, very important, is go to the networking function. In the networking function, just like the lobby conference and also the booth function, you can find out those people have the chat box to discussing, right? But in this function, the networking page, you can find out every registrant. See, for example, Brendan. Brendan is a conference planner from Ringer Events. I would like to talk to him. You can start chat with these people. And also, you can find out everyone here. Oh, for example, Daisy. Daisy is one of those speakers today. If you, after listening to her presentations, you have any questions to her, welcome. Go to the networking function and start chat. Leave your questions to her. So seize your chance. The point we have this website and all gathering today here is to networking, okay, to the networking function to make new friends, meet your potential business partners. So let's go back to the event website. Now, can't wait, right? Let's go to our live presentations. Our first speaker is a packaging expert and currently the executive director of Indonesian Packaging Federation, as known as IPF, and also vice president for education of the World Packaging Organization, WPO, to talk about solutions in plastic packaging development towards circular economy. So let's welcome him. Okay, Henky, if you're ready, you can turn on the microphone and camera and join the platform. So also, dear delegates, listen very carefully and prepare your questions to Mr. Wibawa. We're about to have a live Q&A session later at the end of the presentation. Okay, let's welcome Mr. Henky Wibawa. Say hi in the chat box. Hello, Henky.
Thank you,
Great.
Jack. Thank you. I think this is the after a couple times I've been invited. A great honor to work together with Ringa event. Usually we have a seminar physically. Last time in Indonesia, of course.
Sure.
And this time we are get used to have it virtually.
Okay. Before I leave this stage with to you, Henky, let's try to share your screen and a PowerPoint. See if we can fully run the program. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, just a second.
Sure.
I have to. Why I cannot?
Oh, on the screen, maybe you will find out. Okay, I'll change to this view. Below the button, there's a red button, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go to the red button and share the screen.
Still with the. I cannot.
You cannot. Mm-hmm. Oh, did you find the red button here with the sharing screen?
Yeah, but I click then come with red. Cannot.
And what happened? Do you have a pop-up window? Oh, anyway, let's try this, Henky. I will relog in you, okay? Just stay right here. I'll relog in you.
Okay.
So, dear delegates, please just wait for Henky for a few more seconds. This is how we do the live presentation, right? Anything could happen, but don't worry, we will solve this. Henky, please now try turn on your microphone and camera again, and also the sharing screen function. Okay, do you see the sharing screen button today? I mean, right now?
Yeah, I do.
That's great.
Oh, no.
Dear delegates, I have to remind you again, Henky Wibawa is gonna join our panel discussion at the end of today's sessions. So also stay tuned till the end, okay? Oh, Henky, what happened? You just shared the screen. That's successfully.
Yeah, but not the one that I want to share, right?
It's okay. You can click the browser after you share the screen.
All right. Okay. Oh. Again is with a red. I don't know why.
But you click that again. If that's red, click that red button again. Make it green.
No.
Okay. So I have no other choice but to relog in you again. Oh, see, you successfully. You know, Henky, actually you can just wait for it for a few seconds. I can tell, right?
All right. Can you see?
Yes, I can see it now. And delegates, can you see it? Say yes in the chat box. And also, try full screen that, Henky.
Yes.
I click hide, by the way. You can click the hide with the notification bar.
All right.
On the screen, right, there's a bar. Click hide.
Click hide? No, it's already full screen now.
Yes,
can you see?
But Henky, in the center area, the bottom, there's a, click hide. Hide, H-I-D-E.
No, there's no. Oh, hide. Okay.
Yes,
Hi.
hi, HID.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
sorry for my pronunciation. Anyway,
All right. All
I'll
right.
leave the floor with you. Okay, okay, you may have the floor
Thank
now.
you.
I'll see
Thank
you
you,
later.
Jack.
Okay,
Yes.
delegates, don't forget we will have live Q&A at the end. Ask questions to Henky Wibawa. See you
Thank
later.
you. Well, I would like to share with you this regarding the solution in plastic packaging development towards circular economy. What we are going to do with that. So I start with this my always popular slide. I would like to show you that the packaging trend is still promising, even in a pandemic situation today. But it's only changing. We are changing our lifestyle today. Usually we have a physical seminar, but now it's a virtual everything. So that's the same way in the product retailing, that we are going to have it more and more so-called internet retailing, e-commerce. So that is the main changing that we face right now. So increasing disposable income and purchasing power, that is definitely in many countries, especially in Asia, I believe. And then the greater consumer awareness of health and wellness. That is also the other point that's very much important if we are talking about the product and packaging. And then the last that we want to talk a lot this time is a stronger influence of recycling and environmental issues. So, if we are talking about that, don't forget the life cycle thinking. This is the way that we are not only seeing as the post-consumer waste, but the life cycle thinking. It's a way of thinking that includes the economic, the environmental, and the social consequences of a product or process over the entire life. You know that last month, oh no, a couple of weeks ago, that this uh, it's a very big conference globally in UK in Glasgow regarding COP26. That is that is what we have also to consider. So learn from the nature that the water cycle that we use, we definitely, every one of us, uh, every one of the human being need water. So, but then how we can really make it naturally the water that so necessary that we can reuse and reuse again. So after we use it. So optimizing the life cycle in the sustainable packaging, this is so important. So we started with the from so-called the upcycle or upstream, that the whole that the material that we have to use for the to make the packaging, in this case like plastic, for example, that the how we extract from the crude oil from the earth, and then this is needed energy and needed giving the carbon emission, and we need water as well. So this is the whole process from the upstream to the downstream. That is we have to consider, and this is a kind of we call it life cycle assessment, LCA. It's a very useful instrument. It's a method to assess the environmental impact of products and packaging. So if you're talking about sustainable packaging, then it's a combination of the consumer green, that we are really aware of our environmental, but also that this is scientific green, because there's a lot of technology is coming in, that how we can really manage really to make it sustainable. And then the government green, that means the whole legal and regulation. That is so that we have to consider, and that is also opportunity for us as a business green. It's an opportunity, I would say. So I'm coming back to the function of plastic packaging. If you're talking about plastic, this is the whole combination of functionality. So packaging is definitely protect the product. So for example, like water, drinking water, how can you really bring it without any kind of packaging? This is kind of protection. And then consumer information, because this is a product that you're going to distribute, to sell, and this is need information. Not only that, we are talking about the health awareness and so on. That is also legally that we have to put into the label of the product, that the whole information which is could be useful for the consumer. And then portioning, handling, and the marketing. This is all in the packaging and resource efficient logistics. So then we come to the eco design of packaging. We are talking about eco design, then we are thinking back about the life cycle assessment that I'm talking about. How about the resource efficiency? How about the material efficiency? How about the climate protection that we talk so much in the last moment, in the last a couple of months, I believe. Then about the transport distance, because you have to distribute your product with the packaging. And then how about the better product protection, because of the the whole way across the distribution. Yeah, this is really needed a good product protection. Design for recycling. This is the next that we will talk a lot. And then how to optimize take back and waste separation. This is always a very much challenging in many countries. Yeah. So how we educate anti-littering and so on. The environmental communication is so important as well. So free of the toxic substance after we recycle and reuse that again. So the eco design started from the basic function that we are talking about before, into the additional core requirement for eco design packaging. What does that mean? Is the minimization of environmental impact a core requirement for the packaging design? That is so important. So I give you, for example, we are talking a lot about so-called the flexible packaging. This is the major in the packaging category that we find in the retail products today, the fast-moving consumer goods. Yeah. So how you can really do a flexible packaging design that could be recyclability. That is so-called the monomaterial. The monomaterial today in the flexible packaging, we are talking about the polyolefin monomaterial, but there still would have the whole functionality that we need. If the food, how you make it, the packaging could protect for the shelf life of the food, for example. Yeah, that is also the challenge that we have to develop. And then how that sealability, how about the tearability, how about the convenience to open up, and so on and so on. This is all the functionality that we have to keep it in. This is some example that instead of the usual structure, that we can make it into a recyclable structure in the future, but still in the functionality that required for this kind of packaging. So this is some list of that in order that you can try to replace it and make it that possible to be recycled and reuse it again. This is so important. But this is a big challenge, of course, in a matter of technology, in matter of understanding, in matter of how you proceed. So we move from the our usual conventional ecosystem, from the linear economy, from take, make, and dispose, into so-called the circular economy that I have slightly already explained that before, because we need more sustainable economy for that. So there's whole elements in the sustainable recycling recovery system. It's not only talking about design of the packaging, but also how to collection, how to make it separating according to the right waste stream. Yeah, how about the processing technology in that? How about the education that I mentioned that before? How about the government policy? And last but not least, how about the funding? Because this is definitely you need funding in order to make the infrastructure. So the objective of recycling and reuse in circular economy is to reduce the use of natural raw material. So very much important is regarding the life cycle assessment that I'm talking about. So instead of using always the new virgin raw material, we can also or make our packaging with the recycled material. Assist the government in prevention of pollution due to the plastic waste, because this is the big issue in many countries. Energy saving, this is another point. And then provide income, like Indonesia, for example, we really can generate labor intensive business in regards, because this is a matter of a cooperation with the scavengers, with the waste bank, and so on. So, and then we also have to consider there's still a lot of raw material that really never be coming back into the cycle. That is also. So I come to the regulation. I gave you, for example, that in Indonesia we have already the so-called the Environmental Act number 18 since 2008 about the waste management, but the implementation is rather poor. That is a matter of understanding, a matter of law enforcement, and so on. That is a lot of homework we have to do in regards. And this is a picture of our waste management landscape today. So you may see here the whole stakeholder in order what we call, if that is responsibility of the producer, so extended producer responsibility. So extended EPR implementation should consider the role of all stakeholders, all the actors that we can work together in order to make it circular economy happen. So the plastic life cycle in Indonesia is still a lot of challenge to do. As I mentioned that before, that we can reduce the resources, and this is sort of opportunity not only on the business but also on the all low-income people in order to work to get the income. So EPR mechanism implementation in Indonesia is really needed in the future. And this is the whole challenge that we have to overcome, as I mentioned. And the responsibility of all the stakeholders, government, private sectors, and the community. This is a kind of collaboration that we have to make it happen in order really, we are talking about the waste management, we're talking about the life cycle assessment in order to reduce the carbon emission, in order to overcome what is a so big issue today in the world regarding the climate change. So this is all the homework that we have to do in the future. So I end up my presentation with collaboration, innovation, and accelerate this all initiative. Thank you very much.
It's okay. I will just delete your sharing screen. Okay. Please, Henky, go
Okay.
back to the speaker back end. Let's join the live Q&A. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. In the live Q&A, now on your right hand side there might be questions. So
Yes.
please pick those questions and read the question to delegates and start answering.
Yes. This is the first question that I get. Uh, what criteria are essential for recyclable food and beverage product packaging? I think I've already mentioned, but of course, it's very quick before. Uh, this recyclable food and beverage packaging definitely is the whole challenge. In order that we really can manage with meet the functionality, but also still be recyclable. This is so important in the future, I think.
Thank you, Henky. Let's go to the next one.
The next one. Yes. How will you redesign consumer sustainable packaging for the needs of post-consumer waste management? Yeah, again, as I mentioned, the whole challenge, how to really collect, yeah, redesign in order to make it recyclable. That means that this, if possible, in so-called the monomaterial, in the so-called monofamily material. If we have flexible packaging, we are talking now about polyolefin. But what about the barrier, for example? Well, this is the whole challenge. There's some of course, by coating, by barrier coating, but as long as not more than 5%, that is possible that you can recycle and reuse it again. But the very easiest and already started in many countries, including Indonesia, is how to recycle bottle to bottle, because the next challenge, if you use the recyclate, then it should be, because it's for food and beverage, then it should be also food safe, food contact proof. That is so important. And this case, and bottle to bottle PET, in this case, that is that possible with the technology that we have today. Okay.
Great. Okay, before we go to the next question, you're ready. You're finished, right? Before
Yeah.
we go to the next question, I will remind you that we have more questions coming up, so you can also take a look at those too.
All right.
Okay, please pick the next question.
The next question. Yes, this one.
Yeah,
Oh,
we still have a little time, so Henky, use your
yes.
time now. It's okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
answer the
Okay.
question.
How's the digital technology fit to the implementation of circular economic concept? Oh, that's a good question. I believe that is also the other challenge that we need to do. As I mentioned that before, that the whole concept that we have to do in the circular economy is redesign into the monomaterial that we are talking about, and then how we collect and separate or segregate that kind of material in order to the right waste stream, in order to go into the recycling accordingly. That is the challenge. And to make it this value chain, I call it value chain in the circular economy, we need, of course, the tools. And this is the digital tools is so important. That means with the labeling, with the so-called QR code, for example, that you can really track and trace accordingly into the right waste stream in order to make it easier for the consumer to do that. Thank you.
I see. Thank you for answering that. Let's go to the next question, shall we?
Where can I check the recycled practice status in Indonesia? Ha. This is a good question. At present, it's a very much difficult. As I mentioned that before, uh, our government still not having a kind of a holistic approach. For example, that of course there's a roadmap been made, but unfortunately we are not very much happy with that, because the roadmap a lot of banning of material instead of to replace it. So I believe that there's some data that you can get it, of course, from if that, because we are under industrial ministry, that you can get from the industrial ministry. But it's still a question whether it is always updated. Then is that is also the other point. Beside, of course, with the association, we are in the packaging association. We are working also together with the plastic association in order to get some data, in order we can really do kind of the status, the updated status of our recycling infrastructure. Yeah.
I see. That's very great. And I believe that so far that's our last question. So I might gonna invite you, Henky. Let's make a conclusion for your presentation today to all delegates.
Well, yes. Thank you, Jake. I would like to give my message like this. We just finalized our kind of Indonesian packaging design and recycling guideline. That is a collaboration. Again, it's so important collaboration between the brand owners who use the packaging, who generate the product and packaging, and then we're working together with the stakeholders that who's the do the collection and sorting and so on, and then we're working also together with the recycling association. So the whole holistic approach like this is very much important in order that we can really do kind of business model. That is that I would like to share in this forum, that this kind of possibility that we have to do, we started, and from that we can evaluate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, all delegates. Let's all say thank you in the chat box to Mr. Henky Wibawa. And if you want to have further discussion or you have any other questions, also welcome. Contact Henky Wibawa later by his contact emails and other ways. Also, you can leave a message on this event website too. And to you, Henky Wibawa, I'm Jack from Ringer. Very honored to have you join our conference today. Again, thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to see you in our future events too. Okay, thank you for your time, and see you later in the panel discussion. Okay, see you later. So, delegates, say goodbye to Henky Wibawa now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. As I just mentioned, don't forget, Henky Wibawa will be back. He will be joining our panel discussion later. So let's go to our next speaker. The next presentation is from our business partner, Dase-Sing Packaging Technology, to present the latest trends in shrink sleeve after COVID-19. Let's welcome Miss Jovy Chen, Sales Manager of Dase-Sing Packaging Technology. All right. Jovy, if you're ready, please get online and you may have the floor now.
Hi, this is Jovy Chen from Dase-Sing Group. Let me talk to you about shrink sleeve trends after COVID-19. The shrink and stretch sleeve labels market was valued at 10.37 billion US dollars in 2019 and is expected to reach 15.55 billion US dollars by 2025 at a compound annual growth rate of 6.52% over the forecast period 2020 to 2025. In 2020, 12.6 billion square meters of shrink sleeves were printed, with Asia accounting for 66%, while Europe and North America represented 19% and 11% respectively. Let me talk to you about shrink sleeve packaging trends: e-commerce, 3D modeling technology, new polyolefin film structures. E-commerce has been there before, but since COVID-19, it has expanded more. It focuses on how a product is packaged and creates opportunities for better brand recognition, product protection, and convenient packaging space. 3D modeling technology. This can improve design and functionality of the packaging materials. Being able to visualize the product in 3D allows the brand owners to make adjustments without incurring costs and get consumer feedback. There are increasing efforts to develop new polyolefin film structures that float during the washing stage to enable separation of the label and bottles during the recycling process. Other trends include home delivery haven, fiber-based frenzy, and packaging's carbon footprint. For home delivery haven, a demand for grocery and premium F&B home delivery is skyrocketing, presenting new challenges and opportunities for consumer packaging. 35% of global consumers have increased their food delivery use since the virus outbreak in 2021. Southeast Asia food delivery market is expected to grow from 2 billion US dollars in 2018 to an estimated 8 billion in 2025. That's why many new companies like Foodpanda, Uber Eats, Grab Food, they're increasing their market share. Increasing relevance of packaging's carbon footprint as the key indicator of environmental sustainability, demonstrating how supply chain CO2 savings can be achieved through lightweight design, for example, recycled PET bottles. For fiber privacy documents, the rising sophistication and availability of fiber based solutions as viable alternatives to single use plastics. Hygiene heroics. This innovates touch free solutions and antimicrobial technologies, catering to heightened hygiene concerns. 59% of global consumers believe that packaging protective function is more important since the 2021 virus outbreak. Reusable revolution. This spotlights the increasing scalability of reusable packaging models targeting to a zero waste world. Reusable packaging is the most environmental friendly option as it will greatly reduce waste. Rising demand in minimal downtime and maximum output incorporate faster solutions through the use of advanced technologies such as NFCs and digital printing. Combination technologies. A combination of first opening protection and track and trace technologies with optical security features are becoming commonplace, especially as consumers are very concerned about safety. Quick, quick service restaurants. Growing applications in quick service restaurants heighten sales prospects for ready to consume beverages. Regulations. This will require consumer product manufacturers to disclose net contents, identity, and name and place of business of the manufacturer, leading to an upward curve of the shrink sleeve label applicator market growth trajectory. Labeling speed in 2020, most companies chose above 600 BPM as their labeling speed. The container diameter with 50 to 100 mm is the most likely to profit over the forecast period, while 400 to 600 BPM and speed above 600 BPM has been the most lucrative. Labeling speeds over 600 BPM will gain traction in the future, showing a compound annual growth rate of 5.6%. We go to automation. This is an important feature of the shrink sleeve label applicator to reduce the influence of labor on productivity and increase efficiency. Now let's go. Why shrink sleeves? Why shrink sleeves? First, for flexibility. Shrink sleeves provide better flexibility in using the bottle shape to enhance marketing appeal. They allow the brand owners to use a single, colorless container and differentiate products and line with their labels, given the advantage of faster product launch and less storage costs. Second reason, 360-degree coverage. Shrink sleeves have the advantage over the other conventional label types in making a product stand out to consumers. Extra coverage, provided the full body sleeve, ensures space for colorful and eye-catching designs. This will allow the brand owners to have more space to communicate with both current and prospective customers. With tight labeling regulations for both food and pharma products, having this extra space to regulatory standards while maintaining a product's ability to reach out to consumers is expected to heighten the importance of shrink sleeve labels. Third importance, product protection. Protection from UV light and avoid the printing of the container from being scratched off. Fourth is encouraging recycle for easier promotion purpose. You can see here the double preparation on the sleeve allows easy tearing of the sleeves from the bottles. Recyclability of the shrink sleeve. LDPET, low density shrink label that floats on water and can be separated from PET in the recycling process. Conventional PET sink in water along with PET flake. The label and ink can contaminate the PET. Second, the seaming adhesive. This replaces a traditional solvent seam, enabling label removal in the wet recycling process. Third, washable ink. Higher melting point so clumping will not occur in the drying systems. The washable solvent ink is cleanly removed from the film during the washing stage. Preparation, as mentioned before, just pull on the strip at the seam and the sleeve tears right away from the bottle or container. Now, the consumer can toss the sleeve in the trash and place the pristine bottle in the recycle bin for hassle-free recycling. Fifth, PCR shrink sleeve. The shrink sleeve material containing post-consumer recycled content. The film clarity, print quality, and shrinking properties are the same as those found in standard PET shrink sleeve film material. Now, let me talk to you about ways for brands to demonstrate their environmental awareness. First, use PCR, PLA, and sugarcane polymer materials. PCR are plastic products that have been recycled and can be reused again, so they conserve energy and non renewable sources. PLA is compostable polymer derived from renewable sources such as cornstarch. Sugarcane polymer. It's one of the leaders in the future of biodegradable bioplastics. It's a fine representative of a carbon neutral packaging. By using eco friendly printing like water based coatings, this can provide protective layer and are recyclable. Last but not least is down gauging film. So you can reduce costs. Let's go to the introduction of Dase-Sing. Dase-Sing was established in 1985 and has over 200 employees and supplied machines to over 80 countries. We have factories in Chiayi and Hsinchu in Taiwan and another factory in Shanghai, China. Our partners include Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, Nestle, Dali, uh, Novo Springs, FNN, URC, SMYPC, and many others. Our core business is in film, printing, and machinery. For film, we could supply you with PET, OPS, OPP, PLA, PVC, and PE. For printing, we do rotogravure and digital, and in the future, flexo. Machinery, we could supply you with sleeve applicator, cup destacker, restacker, OPP labeling machine, sleeve underlap machine, sleeve orientator, and others. Dazing can reduce time to market by being your one-stop supplier. One-stop supplier means it's supplying the film, printing, and machine at the same time, reducing your time for communication and quickly solve any problem with the film and machine. Fast time to market. Shrink sleeve is a powerful tool for fast time to market as it allows you to use the same bottle or container with different shrink sleeve design according to different promotion campaign in a short time. Digital printing, using the most advanced digital printing machine for fast sampling and small volume for markup of new products. No need for plate as everything can be done digitally. For films of various different applications, there's the white shrink film for dairy product. This will allow better blockage of UV light to extend product shelf life. Here, we show the energy saving solution, low temperature shrink film. For products that are more heat sensitive, this film will be more suitable as it shrinks at comparable lower temperature at 60 degrees. It will also protect your products from chemical change due to heat exposure. Hi Jack, can you please help me put the video on page 21? Thank you, Jack. PET shrink sleeve can now reduce the thickness to 30 microns. 25% decrease comparing to 40 microns. This allows brand owner to reduce production and transportation costs. Also, PET can be recycled, so there is no problem with the sustainability of the packaging. rotograver printing, with visual appeal, metallic and embossed printing, excellent color using 16 colors, choices and special finishes with preparation and tear tape, unique technology, exquisite print. Here we have some samples of the shrink sleeves that you could use. Shrinkable bottle seal, OPP labeling labels, adhesive shrinkable labels, double sleeve shrinkable labels, dome shrinkable bags, embossed tactile printing labels, PE and POF multifunction films, two-side printing labels, and the rest. Digital is the key solution to help increase consumer engagement and innovation by frequently changing motifs, personalized labels, accept small quantity order, shorter delivery, and no costly plates. Here you can see the samples of digital printing, so it's more personalized. Anytime you want to change the design, digital printing is for you. Embossed tactile printing features. This provides not only visual sensation, but also tactile surprise. Can easily make the product standing out above the rest. UV effect. It can also be made with fluorescent effect under UV light. Very fancy and eye-catching for nightclubs. Here we introduce 5 packaging types: the cap sealing, overall bottle, full body labeling, fixed middle body labeling, and underlap labeling. The last one is especially for home care products. Here, the slow speed machine shows model iSleeve. The machine can be equipped with easy to find bottle label tear off point device, easy to turn open the label. The convex tip design would not hurt your beautiful nails. Here we show in the high-speed machine our iSleeve Pro 2 model. It runs at maximum 1,000 bottles per minute. It's a high-speed double-speed sleeve labeler and can use PT 20 microns and PVC 32 micron labels. When one head comes up with alerts or issues, another head will automatically operate on its own with a high standard of speed of 650 bottles per minute within 180 mm label length. Two heads will allow users to apply two different label positions at the same time. Here we present a wide caliber machine, the SKB2B. Its characteristics is maximum speed 150 bpm, suitable for bottle type with bottle lift, diameter of 135 to 200 mm. It adopts dual drive system, interlinked design, and color-coded sensor for accurate and efficient identification. Now we go to accumulated unwinder. It's dual reel unwinder with label buffer. Jack, can you please help show us page 32 video? Thank you, Jack. Now we go to another unwinder type, the multi-label unwinder. It's provided with inflatable shaft trolley. The quantity of the label reel depend on the label leaflet width. So usually you could put 6 to 8 label rolls inside the unwinder. This will extend the label changing time, increasing productivity. can be combined with AGV in the near future. The next, we show underlap machine. This is designed to optimize packaging for best product impression. Can be directly integrated within the production line, especially for home care products and also for other medicinal products. Bottle Orientator, ORTCCD. To get consumer attention and increase bottle functionality, like easy bottle grip, bottles are now designed in eye-catching and irregular shapes. That's why bottle orientator are needed. In the next page, you could see samples of different bottles design. From left to right, you could see different bottles, especially designed bottles. With the use of bottle orientator, accurate sleeve positioning is achieved. Photocell reading or vision camera system will be able to read the embossed features like logos on the bottles and orient the bottles in the correct position, regardless of production speed. Inspection and rejection system. The rejection is either by sensor or camera, depending on different situation. Speed can run up to 750 bottles per minute. The functions: tape connection, label position, and label presence rejection. Other functions can be customized depending on the situation. In our machine, we offer data collection using OPC UA. Why OPC UA? For easier data collection, easier control of production line, more secure, open, and reliable mechanism for transferring information between server and clients. Real-time presentation of production data. And for last, we show OPP hot melt rotary labeling machine. The machine speed with maximum speed 700 bottles per minute for round and square bottles. The full color screen control panel system is user-friendly, full servo gapless control, and smooth conversion from high to low speed and vice versa. Quick release of lightweight design module, quick and easy replacement, non-stop label feeding to enhance production capacity, equipment aging earring system, and easy maintenance. Pursue the best. Thank you. 结束了。
Hey, Jovy, it's very funny you speak Chinese to me. Anyway, just Jovy, now please come again, join our live Q&A platform. I'll open the platform for you and clear out the questions from Henky. Okay. Now in your Q&A mode platform, there are 3 questions there for you. Can you see it? On the right hand side in the chat box. You have to click Q&A mode first. Oh, great. Let's answer that first. Delegates, keep your questions coming. Okay, Jovy's here, answer all your questions today. Now, Jovy, please read the question for our delegates, shall we?
Okay, first question. After COVID-19, which packaging trend has more impact on brand owners? Okay, that's a good one. Because after COVID-19, consumers are now more conscious about their health. So, immunity supporting ingredients have gained greater attention since COVID-19. Consumers are looking for food to help manage their and treat conditions like uh, health conditions and add ingredients like probiotics, vitamin C, and other ingredients into the foods that and drinks that they intake. So for this one, you could see a lot of energy drinks, water with vitamins, and other products which aim to cater to such consumer needs. Second one is a focus on sustainable development. So consumers are more aware about how they contribute to the environment and hope that their daily actions will have a positive impact on the environment. So, if food and beverage companies would like to develop in the next 10 to 20 years, increasing sustainability is one of the things that must be done. Third is product transparency. COVID 19 has accelerated the trend of consumers wanting more transparency in the products that they buy. So they would like to know where their food comes from, how it is made, and how it is classified. Um, Another thing will be the industry 4.0 technologies. So brand owners are looking for better, higher efficiency for their machines, and also to get more smarter value, so that during operations the production efficiency will increase, and maybe use can gather more information to aid them in making their decision. So let's go to the next question.
That's very interesting. You answer a lot of trends already. You know the latest global trend. I hope that delegates you are taking notes because that's really valuable information. By the way, I have a question from my side. Do you have
Uh-huh.
any? I'm not sure, but I just asked. Do you happily have some products on your hands that fits your global trends?
Oh, of course. In fact, I have here one of the
You
product of our
actually do?
customers. Yeah,
Okay.
energy drinks.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Energy
great.
drinks. Yeah, right, right. So many companies they put special health benefits on their drinks.
Okay.
So maybe
Can
they
can
add
you
it
put it
with.
still put it steadily in front of the your
Okay.
camera and show it? Yeah, exactly. Show it at 330
Yeah.
yes
And
degrees. Yeah.
also this is a bottle which you need the bottle orientation. Okay.
Oh,
So you could see it's a different shape,
it's
special
curved.
shape. Yeah. It's most likely an S shape or something. So it's not so easy to do labeling. So they are thinking of special design which really need high efficiency labeling machine.
That's
Okay.
interesting. That's
Okay.
interesting. Okay.
And other one special shape is like this one.
Oh,
So this idea will be more suitable for one of
is
the
that a
questions
trend?
later on.
Is that a
Okay.
high speed rail trend? Something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
It's something like high speed rail train. So
Oh,
this product is more suitable with, I see one of the questions later on.
how
Okay,
can
so I
you
will
open
explain
it?
more.
How can you
Yeah.
open it? There's
Here,
no cap.
yeah, we could. There's a preparation here. We could open it. Okay,
Ah, okay. Interesting. Okay.
okay.
So
So maybe we go to the second question first.
sure. Okay.
Okay,
Pick your next question.
okay, okay. I think I picked the other question first.
So delegates, what kind of products you want to see? If you want to see, maybe Jovy has something like that right in her hands. Ask your questions. Ask the product you want to see in the chat box. Okay, Jovy, let's go to the next one.
The
Why
next
are string sleeves
question
still
is,
popular?
yeah, because I have shown this product, so I think I go to this question first.
Okay,
Why are shrink sleeves still popular? You know, because for full body sleeving, it has a 360-degree coverage. So you could put more information on the bottles, especially for pharma products or other food products. The labeling regulations require more information on their products. So with this full body sleeving, there's more space for to catch to have an eye-catching design at the same time to have more information on your products. Okay.
interesting. I have to say, very interesting.
Uh-huh. So it's also a better flexibility on the part of the brand owners, because one container, you could use different kind of sleeves on it. So you could have multi SKUs and easy product launching. If you also use the digital printing, so you can change the design anytime you like. Okay.
So I will change this question slightly, a little bit. I will ask. So are string sleeves still popular right now?
Of course, because nowadays bottles are designed in very special design, very irregular shapes. So only the strict sleeves can meet these requirements.
That's great. That's maybe we could go to the last question because of the time limitation.
Okay.
However, delegates, due to the time limitation, we have to end this presentation for now.
Okay.
After the last question. However, Jovy will join the panel discussion later too, right, Jovy?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Prepare your questions later too. Jovy might gonna answer those. And let's go to the next one, shall we?
Okay. What are the advantages of PCR packaging against compostable packaging and recyclable packaging? Oh, that's a good question. For PCR packaging, this means less waste in landfills and water resources. So PCR packaging is manufactured with film that has been made from recycled materials. So in general, the PCR materials cannot be recycled again. So it allows the brand owners to fulfill their sustainability goals without relying on the consumers to recycle or compost the package after uses. So if you compare it to recyclable packaging, it depends on the consumers if they will do the recycling of the package. And in some occasions, they have to know where to recycle the package. As for compostable packaging, not all consumers have the access to industrial composting facilities. So, all in all, PCR packaging is better than the other two.
Okay. Great. I hope that answered your questions, delegates. And thank you, Jovy, for this very insightful presentations today.
Okay, thank you.
I'm
Too.
looking forward to see you also later joining our panel discussion. Okay, we have two also very interesting questions. We're gonna ask your advice. Okay, see you
Okay,
later,
thank you.
Jovy.
Okay, bye bye.
Okay, bye bye. See you later. All right, that's the presentation from Jovy Chen from Dase-Sing Packaging Technology. Okay, our next session will be the networking session. I have to remind you that, do you still remember how to join the networking session? We have several ways to do. Look at your left-hand side right now. We have booth function. We have networking page, which includes every restaurant's contact information there. Click each one and say hi to them. Introduce yourself. Maybe you will find the business partners with you. Or you can leave questions in the booth area. We have several booths there. The booth managers are waiting for answering your questions too. If you forget how to do it, don't worry. I record a video actually. I will play later, and follow the video. You will know how to join the networking function. But before we go to that, I will remind you that please pay attention. Later in the second half of our agenda, we will be having the two presentations from Dost, from Daisy from Dost, D-O-S-T, and also from Gino from Intlpak Enterprise too. Those are very interesting to me too, because they're talking about the packaging initiative and directions, and also the technology of easy open lidstock for high temperature sterilization. Also very fit our theme today. So don't forget, stay tuned. I'll see you later after 10 minutes. So, Gino, I hope you're ready. Okay. But Gino will not join our panel discussion, so delegates, seize your chance to listen very carefully to his presentation, okay? Okay, our next speaker is the Executive Assistant at Intlpak Enterprise Corporation. He will talk about the technology of easy open lid stock for high temperature sterilization. Let's welcome Mr. Gino Xu. Gino, you have the floor now. See you guys later.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I'm Gino from Intlpak Enterprise Corporation. We produce packaging material for food, medical device, and other electronic device. But today I'm going to talk about the technology of easy open and lidstock for high temperature sterilization. This technology is widely used in food packaging industry and medical device, such as contact lines. Let me explain what is the easy open lid stock. We also call it easy peel. For example, this is a container with the top leading film, the lid stock. So you can easily peel out the top film. And the top film usually contains nylon film or others, aluminum, and also they will printing on it something and lamination together. So the most important thing for the easy peel film, there are many aspects of high temperature sterilization technology. The technology is divided into two main directions. The first one is horizontal integration from the container material to filling, sealing, and sterilization to storage and sale. The common material for the container is PP or PP with EVOH. So the most important thing for the easy open seal is wider seal windows, because the better wider heat sealing windows of the top sealing film, the better sealing temperature and the lower heat sealing stress R value. And the high temperature sterilization we commonly use, the temperature is 121 degree to 125 degree, and the time is about 30 to 50 minutes. And the most important thing is the pressure. If the pressure difference between inside and outside of the autoclave, they will affect and destroy the sealing toughness. So the lid stock, how to choose the lid stock is very important. Lid stock we also call the leading film. The first, you need the heat resistant of the material, because the material have to go to sterilization for very high temperature. And the second one is the ink, because we also have to resist the high temperature. If the ink cannot resist the heat, the ink will destroy. And the third one is layer stress, because the lid stock will laminate with other film like aluminum and PA film, which is the nylon film. So if the adhesive cannot hold the heat, they will layer. And the second one is container. The container usually use PP and PP with EVOH. The PP plastic is most uh, suitable for many packaging like food or medical device because the PP have very high barrier for water, oxygen, and others. And also the PP container also suitable for content lines. But if you need more higher oxygen barrier, we can add the EVOH into the PP container. And the PP plastic very is easy to recycle and reprocess. So it is the most ideal food packaging. However, the oxygen barrier is not enough for food product. So if the high barrier is required, EVOH can be added. Because EVOH has excellent gas barrier properties, it is possible to replace aluminum and other material by adjusting the EVOH content according to the demand. And the EVOH did not affect the PP material to enter the recycling chain. And it also is can be recycled with other material. So this feature make the EV and the EVOH became a best material for full container and the medical device like contact line. This is the filling, where our customer fills the food before seating. When it's using manual filling, the seating machine can be slower. However, if the machine is used for filling, the seating machine will be fast and the heat seating temperature will be lower at this time, which will be an advantage. After filling, then is the heat seating. Usually, the customer will seal twice to ensure the complete the seating. For example, the first seal is done with a wire seal bar, and the second seal will be done with a narrow seal bar. This is the main factor affecting the quality of heat seating. The most important thing is heat seating temperature, and the pressure, heat seating time, and heat seating bar form. Like I mentioned before, the customer usually seal with the wider seating bar. If the temperature of the pressure will not balance, you can see the result of after the seating. There will be a small bubble on the seating surface. And also, the flatness of the lidstock will affect the seating quality. And using the lower temperature and the higher pressure, heat seating is the best. This is our experience from our customer. This is the seating machine used for the laboratory testing in our company. The quality control is necessary to confirm the quality of our product. The most important feature of the easy open film is that it is easy open after ensure the sealing. However, the heat sealing is an important item for quality ensure and control. So we test the, our easy pure film in our factory to ensure everything is okay and stable. The heat sealing window of the top sealing film, you can see a higher temperature will have the higher heat stress. However, the windows I mentioned before, in this case, there are only 8 degrees windows. Because if you use lower temperature to seal, the heat stress will not enough. But if you use higher temperature to seal, the seal strength will be too high to open. And the R value is the difference between the highest uh, heat strength and the lower heat strength. And we find in the market, the heat seal windows, the product in the market, the heat seal windows is narrow. It's only about 5 to 8 degrees. So there are often cost. The heat seal stress is too high. It's not easy to open because usually the customer want to make sure the safety. They will using higher temperature. So the manufacturer usually generally increase the heat seal temperature. The high temperature sterilization, uh, the when you use for food packaging, the commonly use in 121 degree to 135 degree. During the cooling process, when the temperature is still high, the retort pouch bag need to be pressured to prevent burst out. In high temperature and at high pressure, the autoclave need to control the pressure because the pressure between inside and outside the container or the pouch, if the difference is too large, the container or the pouch will burst out. So it's very important to control the temperature and the pressure. This is the sterilization equipment, or we can call autoclave or retort sterilizer. There are some famous manufacturers such as Stock from South America, from Corp Match, or Zhongzhen Brothers from China, and Intlpak from Taiwan. Those are very famous manufacturers for the autoclave. This is the large-scale autoclave. It can be used for large manufacturers to produce large quantity of the product. This one is a small factory or laboratory autoclave. This is the example how we use the autoclave. The first, we open the door and put the bucket, and put the food in a bucket, and put the bucket into the autoclave. Then you have to close the door and set the time, the temperature, and the pressure. The program will control automatically, control the temperature and the pressure. And some autoclaves have a window with glasses. You can observe the status of the product during the process. And you can make adjustment during the process. As I mentioned earlier, the sterilization process requires the maintenance of the internal and external pressure. This is the example. The pressure in the container of the food will increase because the temperature went high. At the same time, if you did not control the pressure outside the container will burst out. So when the temperature go up, and you have to adjusting the pressure also go higher to make sure the temperature will be the same between in the container and in the curly. However, the PP container will be soaked during the process. So if the pressure is too high or too low, the container and the lidstock will burst open. Therefore, the lidstock material is very important. You have to make sure the sealing strength will be enough. If the sealing strength too low, because the sterilization process will damage the seal strength, burst out, the container will burst out. But if you seal too high, the seal strength is too high, you can make sure they will not burst out, even the temperature is too high. However, after the process, the customer cannot open it. So you just cannot call it the easy peel or easy open. And after the sterilization, the heat seal expansion is also important. We have to make sure everything is okay. The first, we will observe the sealing line after the sealing. Then after the sealing, we will check the leaking test before and after sealing. Then we'll check the sealing strength to make sure the sealing strength is between around 800 and 1,500 grams. And the last thing is after peeling or opening, the film should be nothing left behind. And beside the horizontal integration, the vertical integration for the resin and the process technology is also important. The reason and the technical support from the major Japan resin manufacturer. We have a lot of technical support from the Japanese manufacturer, and we have 30 years cold extrusion film manufacturing technology. And after we produce the film, they also have to laminate with other packaging material. They will be also important. And the last, when the lidstock is finished and using in a product, we also have to test the heat seal stress and check with our customer in and use the applications. The easy peel or easy open lidstock usually used for contact lines. The contact lines use the thickness 35 micron and 50 micron. And for food, the food use, you can see in the market the rack box. They can storage in the room temperature for a long time, usually in 2 years. Or the pet food or seasoned food. For food application, the thickness usually is 35 micron, 50 micron, and 70 micron. And the heat sealing features should be heat resistant in 1 and 21 degrees and 1 and 25 degrees. The windows should be wide and stable. In this chart, you can see the difference. And what I mentioned before, the seating temperature, the window of the seating temperature should be wide. In this case, from 1 and 66 degrees to 1 and 95 degrees, there are almost 30 degrees windows. You can use those windows, those temperature in windows, and you also get the you can have the same seating stress around 100 and 1,200 grand. This is the best seating stress for the easy peel product, easy peel film product. This is for the food applications. You can see the windows even wire. And this is the example for the contact lines. This is the example for food. And sometimes the customer not only use the container, they also use film to film for eggs or other products. This is the film to film. The bottom film usually use the PA film, which is a nylon film, and the top these stock using the easy peel stock. This is the film with containers. This is the pet food applications. And ready to eat food. This is the case study for the easy peel film. The chicken broth cube. The product can be stored at room temperature for 12 months, and the lid is easy to open. So in this case, you can use they use an easy open, easy peel film, and the container contained EVOH. That's why they can storage for 1 year. This is another example for iron egg. The packaging is not easy to open or easy to tear, but it still can storage at room temperature for 6 months. So you can replace the top film to easy peel film. Then you have the future for easy open, and also have the same storage time. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for your presentation, Gino. Yeah, looking forward to see you in our future events too. Dear delegates, if you have any questions to Gino Xu, please leave your question in the chat box, and Ringer or me, Jack, we will transfer those questions to Gino. And or if you want to us to arrange a meeting for you for not only to Gino but to all other speakers or exhibitors, please tell us your request by filling the feedback form. And now let's go to our panel discussion. So in this panel discussion, actually, thanks to all our speakers before, this afternoon's presentations reveal that there's much to learn and do if companies want to meet their sustainability goals and at the same time improve their food and beverage packaging design. And of course, one of the takeaway is that for circular economy to be successful, each one of us has a role to play, whether as a supplier, manufacturer, or consumers too. That brings us to the panel discussion with our speakers. Let's welcome Henky, Jovy, and Daisy. Now, speakers, please turn on your microphone and camera. Join our panel discussion. Hello, Henky. Nice
Hi,
to
Dad.
Great.
Nice to see you
Microphone
again.
test. Microphone test. And let's welcome Jovy and also Daisy. We all know that the reducing carbon footprint is not easy task, and it takes years to accomplish and sustain. We also see that many big players like Nestle or Coca-Cola, along with their suppliers, are working to meet their own target. Jovi, please
Hi.
mute your channel. And also Daisy. Jovi, please mute your channel because I can hear my repeating voice. Carbon footprint is not easy task, and
Okay.
it takes years to accomplish. Okay, and also let's welcome Daisy. Daisy, can you turn on the microphone and camera? Like Nestle or always there's. Jovi, great. Yes,
Sorry.
you have to mute the channel, otherwise we have
Okay.
repeating sounds. Great.
Okay,
Let's
okay,
wait
sorry.
for
Okay.
Daisy a little bit more. Okay, we have two questions, right? In relation to our theme today on plastics application in the food and beverage packaging, I will pose the two questions to all our speakers. But let's wait while we wait for Daisy. Why not we pose the first question? Okay, the first question is, how can companies limit their carbon footprint when it comes to plastic use? I will give this question. I would like to start with Henky, okay? Then followed by Jovy. And if Daisy can join us later, I will leave Daisy to answer this question to the last, okay? So now, Henky, please, I would like to hear from you.
Well, okay. Thank you for the question. I think I already made my presentation. I'm talking about the life cycle assessment, LCA method. This is a tool in order that we can really measure, compare, benchmarking between the material that we use for the packaging. If I take a very, very simple, you go into the supermarket nowadays. You have to pay for the shopping bag, or you have to bring your own. And based on that example, for example, that I'm talking that before the LCA is a measurement in order you compare between the energy consumption to make that kind of bag, and then the global warming potential. In this case, it's like carbon emission, CO2 emission, and then the land use in order that how you really use it, and then water consumption, and then about the price. This is also the point that we can compare. And between the material that usually that you can find in the market today of the shopping bag, there's five types of material that we can use. One is the so-called the recycled plastic, and then so-called the goodie bag that you bring your own that you can reuse it many times, and then the also biodegradable, and then the bioplastic. Some is made from whatever, like from corn starch, from cassava starch, and so on. This is what we call bioplastic. Between those, if you compare, definitely the most high measurement or the most high energy consumption, the most global warming potential, the most land use, the most water consumption, the most high expensive is the bioplastic. Please, please look at that particular, and then looking at the price, for example, definitely the goodie bag is the price, of course, more expensive because the volume, the weight that you use for goodie bag, because you use many times. So that comparison is so important in order that we really can reduce so-called the carbon footprint that you are asking that before. So based on that measurement, so definitely this is a good tools for you to use that. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Henky. And also, I will ask this same question to Jovy. And Daisy, you will be our last speaker to answer that question, okay? And guys, welcome Daisy to join the platform again, okay? Jovy, please answer your question from your side.
Okay, it is common to hear the words reduce, reuse, and recycle when it comes to dealing with packaging waste. When you talk about reduce, how to reduce the packaging materials? Nowadays, shrink sleeve thickness can be reduced to 30 microns. As I mentioned in my presentation, it's a 25% decrease compared to the 40 microns. This will allow the brand owners to reduce production costs as well as transportation costs. Another one is to train your staff to to do packaging properly and efficiency. This way you could save money and also take care about your environment. Um, Use automated machines to help reduce packaging waste. If you use high efficiency, high speed dazing machines, oh, sorry for that, will help you to get the benefit of increasing the productivity with less production costs. Use digital printing. Use sufficient quantity of printed labels for your multi SKUs and seasonal packaging requirements. There will be less waste of money or inventory leftovers of packaging material in the production line. So with less packaging materials, you'll reduce CO2 emissions. Reuse. Containers can be refilled over and over again. By reusing packaging, you won't need as much as packaging material manufactured, once again, reducing CO2 emissions. Fix or upgrade your old shrink sleeve machines. If you don't feel like investing on new machines, we could help you with that. Recycle. Use better plastics like using PCR materials, using recycled PET bottles, because it will use less energy and produces less pollution. than making more packaging materials from scratch. Uh, Integrating more plastic content into the products and packaging can be an effective way to reduce carbon emissions. Energy saving low temperature shrink film is also another choice for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, it is a loaded question. And let's hear from Daisy.
Yeah. Hi
Daisy,
everyone. Yeah.
I'll pose
Hi
the question
everyone.
again.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's quite complex questions because we're talking about environmental protection and at the same time, we are also concerned with consumer protection. So two equally important factors that we have to be considered. So maybe it's a case-to-case basis for the companies. I think. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, loud and clear. That's great.
Okay, because I'm having an intermittent internet connection. So
So,
anyway, maybe it's a case-to-case basis depending on the needs of the intended user. For example, the company must be able to, discuss it with the end user. If the end user, for example, of the packaging, the intended purpose is only for 3 months, so maybe they can reduce it's a material reduction based on the requirement of the product. So maybe it's a case-to-case basis. The two speakers have already discussed material reduction, recycling, but I think we have to work more on the circular economy to close the loop and also to have an efficient production processes to reduce energy because at the end of the day, we have the indicator is to calculate for the carbon footprint. It's not really only about the biodegradability, but in total, we have to talk about the carbon footprint. So maybe it's a case-to-case basis depending on the needs of the different industries and end user. Yeah.
great. Thank you for that. As I just said, it is actually a loaded question, and answers may be long. But you know, since we heard from our experts, I believe that you might have some different thinking now. And thank you for all your insights and the point you raised on this matter. I hope that our audience have learned from these valuable insights that you shared also. So, secondly, we all know that technology is our friend and it comes to improving efficiency, saving costs, and staying innovative. So, the next question I would like to print up here. Okay. And on undervalued carbon reduction footprint strategy. How can technology be applied to help the industry? This time, I believe that let's do, count back. Let's start with Daisy and Jovy and Henky. Okay, Daisy.
Okay. I think there are already many technological advancements when it comes to recycling technology. But again, this is also a case-to-case basis for, I think, for developed countries. The recycling industry is already a mature industry, but for developing countries like the Philippines, I think one big challenge is how they will adapt the recycling technology. And I think on this basis, the government intervention is vital for the recycling industry to adapt the recycling technology. For example, the government support could be in the areas of research and development, maybe develop recycling technology based on the suitability on a per country basis, or maybe research and development to validate the existing recycling technology. And the other area is financial support to put up material recycling facilities in different areas in the country, and maybe ordinances that would support proper segregation and collection of waste materials is a big problem in our country. I mean, the segregation of the different waste or plastic waste or packaging material waste or any waste. And then, of course, incentives in applying recycling technology. I think that would be also the other factor is to ensure that there will be a ready market for recycled products. I think I think
Thank you
that's
for
it.
that. Thank you for that. You're answering, Daisy. Before we move to Jovy, I have to remind all our speakers. I also transfer some comments or questions in the chat box right now. I'm very happy that our panel discussion actually, trigger many further discussion in the chat box right now. Delegates, they're all thinking and they're all discussing and sharing their opinions too. That's great. So you can take your time, take a look at the chat box also. So Javi, let's hear from you.
Okay, that's good news for us, because we'd like to share our ideas with other companies and also like to know what they think of recycling and the technology. So, technology. This can help the recycling industry by giving us better ways to analyze data, improve the workflow, streamline supply chain, and so on. So, what technology is there? PCR shrink sleeves. This recycled plastic resin is a tool to explore sustainable packaging alternatives for companies who want to reduce their CO2 emissions and energy footprints. The increased usage of this PCR-rich resin as part of the recycling solutions will provide new life for used plastics. Another one is preparation. This will allow consumers to take up the sleeves before putting these bottles into the rubbish bin and make recycling easier. The third one will be low density PET film that can help recycling process easier as the film can float on the water. Another one is 3D modeling technology, as the brand owners doesn't need to spend money making this packaging materials. They could allow them to visualize the product in 3D and make adjustments and save on transportation costs as well as get consumer feedback before actual product launching. Down gauging sleeves is the last we could share with the rest of you so that if the brand owners would like to reduce the production and transportation costs, down gauging films is for you. Thank you.
Thank you for your answering and sharing too, Jovi. And before we go to our next speaker, Henky, I would like to remind Jovi too. There's one question in the chat box just for you, and I would like to ask Jovi, Henky, and Daisy. Would you like to also answer these three questions or comments after we finish answering this panel discussion question number two? You can think about it and tell me later. But let's hear from Henky. Let's go back to our question number two. Henky, would you please share
Hello.
your point with this one?
Yes, thank you, Jack. I think the question is very valid for me. I'm an engineer, and through my more than 30 years experience, we are always looking at how to develop our packaging according to the getting more complexity in the requirement. So that's why I come up with the we don't see only the technology on only one part. We only are already talking about the circular economy. We agree the circular economy is the best in terms of a carbon footprint and so on. But let's put it the function of the packaging. If the basic function that we have to meet up accordingly in the product, but we have to balance to the what the requirement today from the consumer perspective, from our technology also that we have to see. So that's why I'm always saying six aspect is so important in a packaging today, so that we have to balance it. First, to make it better in terms of functionality of each product is the dedicated packaging. Is a very good packaging to meet the functionality. Secondly, how to make the packaging safe in terms of the product, safe for our health. Is our health. We are the consumer as well. We are producer. We are a consumer as well. Is it really safe for our health? Third is how to make the packaging faster. Today, in order to reduce the energy, reduce the material use, is the efficiency. talking about efficiency, that's how to make it fast. Today, we have a technology digital. We have the artificial intelligence. We have a robotic. This is something that we can also accommodate in order to make it faster. Fourth is how to make a packaging cheaper. Today, cost is very much important. Yeah, we are having a big market from high to the low. Yeah, so how to really make it cheaper? So fifth is how to make it packaging today smart, because we are talking about the whole value chain, the whole supply chain today. That's what we do, collaborated that before, the whole value chain. Packaging, make it smarter. And six, this is very much important as well, to make the packaging green. Green, not necessarily always thinking about the post-consumer waste, but also the whole life cycle assessment, the whole life cycle thinking. That is very much important. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you for the answering, Henky. So now, before I make the conclusion of our panel discussion today, I would like to ask Daisy, Jovy, or Henky. Maybe Henky could take a break first. Jovy and Daisy, would you like to answer those questions in the chat box right now? For example, to Jovy, would you like to do that?
Which questions? Do you have a machine that are capable in recycling of PET bottles? Like
Exactly, that's one. Yeah. If you would like to do that, I can just publish the question.
We don't have this machines doing the PET recycling, but we could help you out and check for you. So please send an email to me.
Which means that I believe that Jovin need more requests and more, customized information from you. Okay, please contact or visit their booth, right? Leave your request in their booth.
Anyway, please feel free to contact. I have sent my email on the chat room.
Exactly.
So maybe we could contact me after this event.
Yeah, scroll down a little bit, delegates. And also, Daisy, have you checked the question to you?
Yes. So that's
would
a
you like to give a short answer to that?
Yeah, okay. I think it's a very hot and controversial issue in the Philippines. So you're putting me in a hot chair. But anyway,
you don't have to be really honest. That's okay.
No. I'm from the science community, and we always the decision must be always based on science, and not should that be political or something like emotional. Anyway, we already made our position on this one. And if the one who asked the question, I can send our position directly, because if I give a long answer on this one, then it will add more questions to this question.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
we always base our position.
Further, yes.
Yeah.
Of course. And Daisy, you're a bit frozen to me, I think, because due to your internet connection. But anyway, I believe what Daisy say is, if you delegates, if you like to talk about on this topic, especially in the Philippine market or from the government side, please contact Daisy. Have the further discussion by the contact information Daisy share later. Okay, in the chat box. And also, let's go back to you, Henky. Would you like to give some short answer or opinion to that question?
Yes, I don't know. Can you? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I'll publish that. Yes, if you want.
Yeah. Okay, this is a very short answer. I think as long our end station of our waste is an open dumping landfill, which is mostly in most countries here in Asia, I believe, still there's a composting is not can work. So a compostable material for that mixed waste into the open dumping landfill, it doesn't work. It's not going into composting. To make a composting, then you have to have a certain condition, temperature, pressure, and the microbes in order to alive. So For example, here we have Indonesia as well. Landfill is 70%, 60 to 70% is organic waste. Plastic is only 15%. But the 70% of organic waste still make a mountain of trash. Mountain of trash. It didn't go into compost. Why? Because no microbes are living in the open dumping. So zero waste into landfill. That is my motto. Yeah, zero. Then in order to make it. So be back to the circular economy, recycling. It's still the best. So answering that the other two questions, that's very short. I
Okay.
said PET bottle to bottle recycling. There are so many now because that is the best, easiest recycling technology today. We have here in Indonesia already certain, like I name it. We have a lot of water bottle drink water, yeah, from Danone, for example. They have now that technology here in Indonesia. And then Coca-Cola as well, PET, they have also. They work on that. So this is much easier because PET bottle to bottle recycling can make easier food contact proof that you can reuse that again and many times to 16, 70 times, still food contact proof. While the polyolefin is not that simple. It's not that simple. And then the other question is regarding the banning. Yeah, today see that before. I'm not agree with banning. This is not solution. Banning is not solution. We have to be always to find a solution. If that material is not feasible to make it recyclable, then find another material, replacing. This is the best solution, replacing. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, great. Thanks for that sharing from Henky. I'll have to ask Miss Jovy and Daisy, would you like to also give some feedback to each other's comments? I think Henky did a great job to feedback from your sides too, and I believe that this floor is open to all of you. Would you like to share some ideas too?
Yeah, I think I agree with Henky about banning single use because you have to find another material to replace this kind of packaging material.
That's great, Javi. Thanks for that feedback. And also from you, Daisy, I also not repost, I post your contact information in the chat box too. So I believe that all the delegates can get information from you and they might gonna ask you questions for the further discussion, Daisy.
Yeah, I think what we must do is to make more innovations and provide more choices of packaging to the consumers, and not really to ban a specific type of packaging.
Okay, great. So in the chat box right now, this is bonus. I have to say, this is a bonus one,
Yeah.
and just raised by our just raise hands by our delegates. So you don't have to answer, or you can think about that. I'll still post it here. So this question a bit long. Either one of you would like to share your opinion on this question? We are more concerned on how we can reduce using of the packaging plastic materials on petroleum use base. Can we have the materials on the packaging on on plant based as we keep on discussing the new technology? So it's a new question and a new field. So since we still have some time, I believe we have 5 to 6 minutes more. You would like to share some opinions on this too? Raise hand. Who's first? Henky? Sure, Henky. Let's hear from you.
Yep. Well, okay, because you mentioned the packaging again. So definitely fossil-based become an issue today, right? But they forget again. That's why my presentation talking about life cycle analysis, life cycle assessment, yeah, circular economy. The packaging is to protect the food food and beverage, for example. This is the major, not only, but the major. So, the food waste is a lot in the world today because it's not real and not really protect in the good packaging. And this is the whole carbon footprint. The food waste is a carbon footprint. If you really open your Google, you Googling, yeah, how big is the carbon footprint of food waste compared to the packaging itself in that particular is plastic, fossil-based plastic. And that's why the plant-based plastic is also a plant-based. It's really higher in the carbon footprint, higher, I would say. So really back to that, and you have to compare. And what is the solution again? I find the solution is recycle. The recycle use reduce the whole carbon footprint because you reduce the energy consumption, you reduce the water consumption. What do you want to compare with paper? Paper is a very big carbon footprint. Beside, beside the price, beside the volume, beside the weight, beside the whole forest that you cut off and whatever. Thank you very much.
That's a very interesting thinking, this way of thinking. So let's hear from Daisy. Would you like to share also some opinion on this one?
Jen
Maybe
is gone now.
Yeah, I think there are already many materials, packaging materials based on plant-based, but I think the current application and market is very limited because of some concerns on like barrier properties. If we think of the supply chain, I think most of the plant-based packaging materials needs to be, I mean, the barrier properties to be improved, just like what Henky said that importantly is we have to protect the product while in the supply chain. Yeah, and then I think plant-based has limit. I mean, if the plant-based packaging materials is only intended for a short purpose like limited shelf life, like in the fast food, then it can be done. But if you intend to export your product, then maybe it might be difficult at this time, and also the cost is maybe 100 or 300 times more expensive than the petroleum-based packaging materials. I think that's the main reason why the plant-based packaging materials cannot compete yet uh, with, uh, with the petroleum-based packaging materials. So yeah.
Henky, did you raise your hand? Okay, I think that's okay. Okay, so Jovy, would you like to give some feedback on this question, or we can skip?
Okay. Because plastics right now is more lighter than the plant-based packaging material, so you could save more transportation costs using the plastics packaging material, and also it's more durable than the plant-based. If you use paper, it is sometimes if you put wet drinks or something like that, it's not so very durable. And also with in regards with recycling, there are more recycled products using these plastic-based items.
Exactly. If we have to use the paper or packaging, it has to be waterproof, right? So how can you
Right.
make it waterproof? Actually,
You have to add
still
more.
adding. Yes, actually add more materials, right, in the packaging. I am totally agree with that. Thank you, Jovy. And okay, I believe that delegates, you all gain a lot of inspiration from our experts sharing today. I believe due to the time limitation, I really want to see this discussion goes further. However, I have to be a bad guy to stop right here. I have to say thank you, Henky Wibawa, thank you, Jovy Chen, and thank you especially Daisy, and thank you for your sharing. I have to say looking forward to see all of you to join our future events in the next Ringer conference. Okay, I have to say goodbye to all of you.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Any more questions, please email me and also contact our leader Daniel. Okay, thank you.
Right.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Okay. So as I just said, I'm really happy that our panel discussion is really making a inspiration, or how to say, make delegates have discussion in the chat box. That's the most happiest thing I have to say. I want to see. All right. We have heard all their responses, right? I hope you have found useful tips from their comments too. Those are interesting points that were raised on the carbon reduction and how technology could play an important role in the in the goal of reducing carbon footprint. And also, thanks to the delegates, bring those questions and bring some new materials we can discuss on the table. That's really great. As the world becomes more concerned on the impact of the various industries on our environment, the role of the plastic industry as well as the food and beverage sector is crucial, as these industries and their major players can lead in encouraging the other companies to take necessary actions and unite to meet the carbon reduction targets. So I have to say thank you all for your panelists for their time and for sharing their expertise. Okay, now I have to announce that this conference, this virtual conference has come to the end. As we wrap up another summit, Ringer Events would like to thank all of you who joined us today. This is a very special virtual conference, right? With a great system, great website, with the lobby, booth function, and the great function of networking. I hope that we all gain a lot, not only knowledge, but also maybe some business connections, some networking resources you gain today. That's very important. So I would like to say Ringer Events would like to thank all of you who joined us today. We hope that you learned a lot from these interesting presentations from our guests and also the panel discussion, right? And if you have any further questions, please contact them by email or email us, email Ringer, so we can forward your questions to them. But most importantly, please, before you leave, fill in those feedback forms. Within the feedback form, we have several questions to you. You can just take in 1 to 2 minutes to answer them. And the most importantly, we would like to do it better for you next time in our future events. You can tell us which topic you would like to hear the most, which exhibitor you would like to meet after the event, any request from you. Ringer Events would like to invite you to our future events. You can find the list of our upcoming event at ringerevents.com. I will share this this URL address to you. Again, thank you and have a nice day today. This platform will still be open for you. Welcome back to watch the playback video. And also, thank you from me, Jack. Welcome to join our next event. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.